Right. Um, the other day, I was. What a beautiful sun outside. The other day, I was just sitting and wondering and thinking about where is the difference in between unconditional love and so-called normal love or conditional love. Yeah, you will say that's obvious. That in one there are conditions, and in other there are no conditions. But the thing is, it's quite tricky because many people think like, oh, I love him so much and I want him back and things like that, and I love him so unconditionally. Really tricky thing. You think you do, but if you start to look deeper, do you really? First of all, quite possible people, when they think that they love someone unconditionally, it's actually a codependent love. If you think who and how unconditional love looks like, most of the times everyone is saying the only person we love unconditionally is our child. I agree and disagree in the same time. Of course, there are parents who are sort of loving their child, but they put so many conditions on them while they're growing up that in the end, child just learns that every love is like that there should be conditions, because parents are expecting so much from their child that in the end, there are no unconditional love as such. Don't get me wrong, we all educate our children so they grow up decent person and everything else, and we need to put certain conditions while they grow up, but it's more of a behavior condition. But still, I think that's purely my opinion. As much as we say we do love them unconditionally, still in a way it's with conditions. It's like, as funny as it is, I think unconditional love is like when you set your child free and they can do whatever they want, and you still love them. So that would be unconditional love by all means. But if we want our child to grow up more or less as a decent person, we have to put sometimes these conditions, like, for example, if you will not gonna do this, you will not gonna be able to get or do that. So it's like no one has born as a parent, so we all learn during our parenthood. And even if someone gives you advice, you still will gonna do how you feel you should do, because you have your own experiences and everything else. So we can't, everyone is doing in different ways. So either we want to admit that or not, still our love to our children is in a certain percentage conditional. It's not unconditional love. And same goes about pets whom we love unconditionally. Still the same case scenario. Another thing, people always say, oh, my children are my world. Nothing wrong with that, but don't lose yourself in your children. Because, like, a clear example, couple marries when they are 20-ish, whatever, they straight away get children, and when children grow up, suddenly they split up. Why? Because they invested themselves so much only in children that they lost themselves during the process. They forgot who they are. They forgot who they are as a person. They forgot who they are as a wife or husband or partner, even if they are not married. Doesn't matter, married or not married, it's like the same case scenario. They sort of lose themselves so much in child that they forget who they actually are. Or like some parents are so invested in a child, and then they are so lost when the child grows up and goes away. And it's like, even when your child is already at teenage years, They will gonna start to hang out. They will gonna start to go and do whatever they prefer better. They don't need your like mommy or daddy anymore. And there will gonna come time that they will not gonna meet you every single day or every single week or even every single month. And what you will gonna do then? You will be lost. Because you suddenly don't know who you are, what you like, what you wanna do. You will gonna become like sitting and pitying yourself. So don't lose yourself during the process of being parent. That doesn't mean if you will gonna give them certain amount of independence, that it will not gonna mean that you love them less. People start to think that only just because they are so bloody invested non-stop like a mother hen, rushing around, doing non-stop all the time, only everything regarding their child, they think they are the greatest parents. Disappointment. No, it doesn't mean anything at all. It just means you have your own life. And you make actually your children really dependent from you. Do you want that? Do you really want that? So in the end of the day, your overloaded love, I can't even call it unconditional love, because it's like, in a way, you expect them to be for you non-stop. But they are personalities too. They have their own life. They have their own needs. They have their own wants. And when they will gonna stop coming too often to visit you, you will be the one who will be totally lost and sad and lonely and everything else, because you will not gonna know who you actually are. Okay, that's one thing about the children and parents. But unconditional love, so when someone, like, you know, like, there was a situation, one girl was taking back her ex, and like XYZ times, whichever time, like many times she was taking him back. And I was asking, why are you still taking him back if he still treats you so every time the same bad? I love him so much. I really love him so much. No, my dear, you don't love him. You have a codependent love. You are codependent from his behavior. You just don't wanna, you are afraid to actually find something better because you're so used to that. That's not unconditional love. That's not even love. It's just something you are dependent from, or you can call it codependent love. And codependent love, most of the time, is like when we seek subconsciously for a partner who will gonna do and treat us the same way as previous partners, or how your parents have been treating you. So that's a codependent love. You start to realize what is unconditional love when someone comes into your life and they don't put any conditions on you. They love you for who you actually are, without all your pros and cons. They don't expect you to be in certain ways. They don't expect you to look in a certain way. They don't expect you to do certain things. They just love you for who you are, even if you don't want to be with them, even you are just friends, even if you are even far away and you are not even talking to them. It's like, this is like when people, they mistake one thing. When I'm talking about Shane and I say I have unconditional love, they straight away think that I have big romantic love and I'm waiting for him to come back. Unconditional love is when I know he's doing stupid thing. I know he is still so broken person deep inside. I know he does whatever he does, but it doesn't change my love to him. I love him the way he is. It doesn't mean I accept and I'm happy for what he's doing, and I say that's great, he can do whatever he wants and he is like greatest person on the world. No, 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 no. I accept the way he is, even if he hasn't done his work on himself and he's still on a low vibe. I love him for who he is. That's unconditional love. I set him free. He can live his own life, but that doesn't change my love to him. It will not gonna mean I will gonna sit and wait when he will gonna change, because that could not happen ever, right? But even I will not gonna accept him as a friend simply because I love him so much and I love myself so much. If he will be still on a low vibe, then our ways are going separately, and I'm fine with that. That's unconditional love, when you actually can let that person go and it doesn't change anything in your heart towards the person. I don't expect him to come here and apologize for whatever he's done to me. I don't expect him to come here and say, I will gonna love you now till the end of my days. I don't. That's unconditional love. You love the person for who they are. And I know it sounds weird when somebody will say, what if they will gonna kill someone? I will not gonna say that it's a good thing what they've done, but I still will gonna love them. It will gonna, for example, that would break my heart if I would found out that someone done something so bad, but that wouldn't change my love to him. I mean, I don't judge him. Yes, I don't like what he's doing and how he acts, because I think he has put a huge mask on himself and he's hiding behind this mask, and he's most of all he's hiding from himself first of all, and he's living a lie. But that's his life. He can do whatever he wants. It's his life and choices. It doesn't change the way how I feel towards him. If that would change how I feel, that would be conditional love. Oh, you are not perfect, or oh, you are not great towards me, so I will not gonna love you anymore. Oh, you don't act the way how I expect you to act towards me. I don't love you anymore. This is the difference. Maybe somebody will disagree with me. Fine with that. But when you don't expect anything from the person and you just love them for who they are, that's unconditional love. And I will be perfectly honest, so far he has been the only person whom I love. Next people I have loved, and previous people I have loved, but previous people I always try to change. So that's conditional love. That's not unconditional love. New people, it will be different already, because I look from completely different perspective at this moment towards anyone. So I'm pretty sure if I will gonna fall in love with someone, then I will expect them to be who they are. I will not gonna put conditions on them. And if there will be some struggles or something during the process, then it's different case scenario. That's already like a working process in between people. But that's my point about unconditional love and conditional love as well. So don't think if you take your ex back or whoever back, don't say straight away, oh, I have so much unconditional love towards them. Just because you took someone back, it actually shows complete opposite thing. You are codependent from someone. Of course, there could be differences, but if the situation repeats all the time, that's not unconditional love. That's actually big problem for you then. Not even for the other person, but it's a problem in you, and big problem. So unconditional love, that's what it is. So we all need to try to love people the way they are, but I know it would be too ideal world. So dig deep and think, is this person really your true unconditional love, or is it person just suitable for you and that's why you love them? Because they are pretty enough, slim enough, maybe funny enough, rich enough. Think about it, and you will realize that most of the times we love someone with conditions for whichever reason. Right, I will see you later.